welcome to the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium for the 2012 Corazon Classic presented by the Real Madrid Foundation. The third edition of this charity fixture sees legends teams from Real Madrid and Manchester United go head-to-head, with all proceeds from the match going to the Foundation's Africa project. Last year, Real thumped Bayern Munich 8-3, while the previous and inaugural game in 2010 saw the home side edge past AC Milan 4-3. 19-time English champions United are bidding to become the first side to defeat the home team and come here with a side full of quality. Of that, there's plenty on show from both teams, with players hoping to roll back the years and prove they still have something to offer. We're underway for the 2012 Corazon Classic match at the Santiago Bernabéu. Real Madrid in their usual all-white, attacking the goal. Away to all right, Manchester United in their familiar red with black shorts. Don't expect too much pace in the early stages of the game, or indeed at all. It is Roberto Carlos, such a fan's favourite with Real Madrid, of course. Played for Real between 1996 and 2007. 4 La Liga titles, 3 Champions League victories for the Brazilian, who of course won a World Cup as well. Was the captain of Anzi Makakala in the Russian Premier League for the season that's just been completed. Here is Roberto Carlos as well. You'd expect him to be fitter than most. Flicks the ball away from Jesper Blomqvist, who retired a couple of years ago. He's 38 now, played in that final for Manchester United against Bayern Munich back in 1999. Getting in his place because of suspensions to both Paul Scholes and Roy Keane. See what Real Madrid can do here. We've got a couple of number 10s on for Real Madrid. One is Martin Vázquez, the other is Luis Figo. Here is Vázquez. Infield towards Butragueño, towards Zidane. It's only half away by Manchester United. You'll see that Dion Dublin is playing at centre-back for this particular fixture. It's somewhere that he did play in his career with Aston Villa and Coventry as well after leaving Manchester United. So unlucky, of course, as we look at Amancio Amaro, who's coaching this veteran side for Real Madrid. Kelly Sheringham just a little bit slow to react. Here is Dion Dublin. Only played a dozen games for Manchester United. He's 43 now. Blomqvist, and eventually Andrew Cole, who scored some 93 league goals in his 195 game career at Manchester United in the top flight. Golden Boot winner though in his Newcastle days, of course. Forward towards Lee Martin, 44, one of the older players in the Manchester United lineup. Scorer of the winning goal in the cup final back in 1990, the replay against Crystal Palace. The original game was terrific, a 3-3 draw, you will recall. The replay not so good. Here is Roberto Carlos for Real Madrid. Stick it away from Blomqvist. It's cleared away by Dion Dublin. And a touch for Fernando Redondo. One or two Manchester United players will certainly remember him from a match for Real against Manchester United in the Champions League. A teasing ball in. It's comfortably taken by Edwin van der Sar, who of course only retired himself last summer. Figo away from Irwin, but just ahead of Butragueño, mainstay of the side that won a couple of UEFA Cups back in the mid-80s for Real. It is Dwight York, and now Ronnie Johnson, and arguably his best game in Manchester United colours in the Champions League semi-final, you might recall, ahead of the game against Bayern Munich in Barcelona. Blomqvist towards Sharp. And now Roberto Carlos. Oriente's calling for it. Butragueño will play it infield towards Zidane. He still comes forward. Figo calling for it. One former World Player of the Year to another. Here is Zidane once again. And now Butragueño. 3 inside the penalty area. It's not a bad ball in. It's Morientes, and it does indeed creep in. And we've got the first goal of the game. And it's been scored by Morientes. always well liked at Real Madrid, the player who eventually went on to perform so well for Liverpool and Valencia and Marseille, retired in 2010. Prolific scorer for Spain in his day, 27 in just 47 appearances for the national side. He was always very good with his head. This time around, the half volley, you'd say, had Van der Sar sprawling to his right, just couldn't keep it out. Well-placed effort that sees Real lead by a goal to nil. Here is Dennis Irwin, acres of space on the left-hand side, flicked on by Sharp. Just about kept in play on that right-hand side. It's towards Dwight York here. He can take it down on his chest and still going forwards here. Dwight York might fall for Cole. That's a lovely spin, and surely the header will make it 1-1, and Lee Sharp levels things up. And it's the old celebration as well. The Lee Sharp shuffle to the corner flag. Couldn't really miss from a yard out. United bench enjoyed that one. Not as much as the player himself, you feel. Well, in total, he played 265 games for Manchester United. In just over 8 years at the club, he scored 36 goals. He scored some spectacular ones. He scored against Barcelona in a Champions League game. A back flick. That was really quick feet from Andrew Cole. And Sharp really couldn't miss. Persistent play from Dwight York initially. York and Cole, who in tandem for Manchester United was so good in the late 90s, put Barcelona to the sword at Camp Nou in the Champions League in a group fixture way back when, and suddenly it's 1-1. Well, we promised you goals, you will get more. But Manchester United haven't come just to make up the numbers here. They're certainly making a game of it. Sheringham. Here is Sharp, the goal scorer, and now it's with York. Real Madrid holding a high line. Andrew Cole still has got a little bit of pace about him. He turned 40 over the last 6 months or so. Here is Fortune, another player that struggled with injury towards the back end of his career. Didn't quite work out at Bolton after he left Manchester United. Sheringham's layoff. And eventually Lee Martin towards the keeper, and Francisco Biol makes it look pretty easy. 343 times he played for Real in the league. He was a Spanish international as well, although he was always second choice to Luis Arconada, you might recall. It is Chendo. That's Manuel Sanchez, 2 number 5s on show for Real at the moment. One Zidane, one Sanchez. This is Zidane up against York. Figo looks to go for glory and does find the top corner. That's a terrific hit. Well, we've had barely 11 minutes and Real Madrid lead by 2-1. Figo rolling back the years. He is 2 years Van der Sar's junior, even though Van der Sar kept playing a little longer than Figo. Former World Player of the Year, who left Barcelona, of course, to play for Real Madrid. A couple of titles with Barcelona. Also played with such distinction for Inter Milan. And really, Figo's arrival signalled the beginning of Florentino Perez's Galactico era, you'd say. Won the title in 2001 and 2003, as well as being part of that wonderful side that won the Champions League in 2002. I hope you're keeping up. We've had a dozen minutes here. Certain amount of quality about all the goals so far. This is Sharp looking for Fortune. Cole wants it played short and wants it played quickly. It's a slip by Martin. He'll get up though, and can he curl it towards the top corner? No. Thumbs up from Lee Martin. He is involved with Chester City's youth side, still coaches regularly. Here is Butragueno, a little bit of space for the striker. York intercepts, Dublin gets a touch, Sheringham will lay it down, and Manchester United can come forward in search of another equaliser here. This is York, tries to get Andrew Cole away. The flag stays down, but he's not going to get to that. Yo is quickly outside of his penalty area, the 54-year-old, denying the player 14 years his junior. This is Zidane, it's open up for Zidane here, just wide. It's a good hit from Zidane. 39. He's a special advisor to Real Madrid's first team. That was at the behest of Jose Mourinho, who got him back more involved with the first team over the course of the last couple of campaigns since Mourinho took over as Real Madrid coach. Cost Real Madrid some 75 million euros when he first signed, then a world record. York misses out Sheringham to find Sharp. It's towards Andrew Cole, it's only half away, and it's Blomqvist, and it's a good save. York getting down well to his left-hand side. Start ready for Gothenburg, so play for Milan and Parma and Everton and Charlton in England. Started life out as a sporting player. This is Zidane. Van der Sar with the save. Champions League winner with Manchester United and Ajax, of course, Van der Sar. Back in the mid-90s, he got down well there. It's a suggestion that Sir Alex Ferguson wanted him to stay on for an extra season. Andrew Cole looking for Dwight York. This is Lee Sharp, and now it's with Teddy Sheringham, and it's with York once again, and it's flicked forward towards Andrew Cole, and this is Dwight York, and can he finish? Well, surely the flag has to go up here, and does. Now, is there a breakaway on? Dan Dublin perhaps hasn't got the legs to get to Figo here, and Morientes is calling for it also. Good stop from Van der Sar. Fortune back towards Dublin to clean up for Manchester United. Here is York. Sharp screaming for it on this left-hand side. Pierluigi Collina jumps out of the way. Sheringham. Fortune. Blomqvist. Cole and Sheringham wait as the Mexican wave goes around the ground. It's cleared away. Bayero. Here is Martin. Now it's with York. And eventually Fortune. Andrew Cole waits. Sheringham wants it. Intercepted by Redondo. Butragueno for Real. Coming up to the 25-minute mark here at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. And the 2012 Corazon Classic between Real Madrid and Manchester United. And it's the home side that lead by 2-1. Morientes and Figo. Two names of not the dim and distant past on the score sheet. Lee Sharp, the goal for Manchester United. Van der Sar has had to make more than one or two good saves. Redondo, Morientes, this is Butragueno, can he finish? Still going Butragueno. Well, 20-odd years ago, that would certainly have been a goal. York. Blomqvist. Here's the Swede again. Dublin. Cole. Over towards Lee Martin on the right-hand side. Sheringham calling for it. It's overhit. It will fall for Lee Sharp, who will take it high on his chest. Still Sharp. Shoving the back from Vasquez. And still Lee Sharp. He can't keep the ball in play. Plenty of photo opportunities to see these star names. How much would either side be worth in their day? That's on show here. This is Zidane coming forward. That's a useful ball from Roberto Carlos towards Morientes, and Van der Sar was brave. Fortune, one of the younger players in the squads, that's for certain. Just 35, Quentin Fortune. Never played enough league games for Manchester United actually to get a title winners medal. Quentin Fortune did have a spell in the side, but more out than in, and he was really bought as an understudy to Ryan Giggs. He could play left side, could also play centrally. It is Butragueño. Now then, Hierro coming forward. Only half away. Butragueño again, the sliding challenge from York. Now Sharp. Hierro. Martin wanted the offside flag to go up. It didn't come. Zidane let Roberto Carlos play the ball in, but Morientes denied by Van der Sar. That's Fortune again clearing up from the back. Butragueño has lasted 37 minutes. He's got himself in typically good positions inside the penalty area. But the sharpness isn't there, as you would expect, but he was a fantastic player. Yes, indeed. Was this gentleman, 59 now, Santillana, Carlos Alonso Gonzalez, to give him his full name, known as Santillana. Spanish international who played some 461 league games for Real, nearly 800 official games for the club, 9 titles, a couple of UEFA Cups as well. 4 Spanish Cups, retired in 1988 after making his debut in 71, and actually played in the Real Madrid side that was beaten by Sir Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen in the Cup Winners' Cup final back in 1983. An extra time win for the Scottish side. Fortune, that's a good ball in. The header from Andrew Cole is over. Maybe just mistimed the leap. Zidane. Sabido. And 2 minutes to go until half-time. And now Hierro for Real, who lead by 2-1. And it's been a good competitive first half here. It's towards Morientes. Johnson lets it bounce up, hit the chest, and then just divert it back. You could well see Van der Sar at some stage, the Dutch keeper, who did have a brief spell as Manchester United #1, mainly understudy to various keepers, Schmeichel and Barthez. Here is Lee Martin. Fortune with Cole and Sheringham waiting. Can they grab an equaliser on the stroke of half-time here? York flicks it forward towards Fortune. He's got a lucky bounce. Does he go down? Was he caught by Hierro? He's claiming a penalty. He's not going to get it. All habits die hard. Look to the referee. Was he just caught there by Hierro? Was it just outside the box or just in? How much contact was there? Here is Cole. Showed great feet for the Manchester United goal. But Real have it back, and Roberto Carlos give an invitation to come forward. Zidane. Santillana. Cheers from the supporters as the veteran will play it forward towards Figo. And still going It's round the back towards Morientes, who's climbing all over Dion Dublin. Can't put the header on target anyway. May well have been the last chance of the first half. It was indeed. Real Madrid leading Manchester United by 2-1 in the 2012 Corazon Classic. Real going ahead through Morientes before Sharp equalised after really good work from Andrew Cole. But Luis Figo scoring just a couple of minutes later to give Real the lead at the break. Half-time, the Bernabeu, Real Madrid 2, Manchester United 1. We're underway for this second half. Morientes opened the scoring for Real Madrid after just 8 minutes. A half volley that beat Van der Sar before Lee Sharp equalised from close range, following good work from Andrew Cole. Luis Figo, though, giving Real the lead as we see Real come forward once again, and that is Amavisca. 40 now, part of the Spanish side that won the Olympics back in 1992. Played for Real between 94 and 98, won a couple of titles, also turned out for Valladolid and Racing Santander. Early corner here for Real Madrid. It's low and it's comfortably taken by Fortune. It is Zidane. That's not a bad effort, it's a good save. Well, have spotted that we've two Real Madrid number 11s on at the moment, with Amavisca and also Alfonso. Blomqvist, Roberto Carlos to deal with. Fortune goes galloping on. Suddenly Real Madrid a little short at the back. This is Blomqvist again. It's on his left side, and eventually the shot from Andrew Cole is well saved by Ildner. Kananka nowhere to be seen. Roberto Carlos. Amavisca. Roberto Carlos again. Can he square it here? He can. That's a terrific hit. It's off the bar, I think, by Santillana. Great technique by the 59-year-old. Outside of the right boot, onto the bar. The spectacular effort from Amavisca, not so good. He was a rare goal scorer in his day with Real, just 13 in 113 the lead. But how about this for technique? The instep guided it towards goal just too high by a fraction, striking the crossbar and away. 186 goals in La Liga, 15 for Spain. And a fantastic servant for Real Madrid. Here is York at the other end for Manchester United. Sharp to his left, Andrew Cole calling for it. Sheringham wants it also. This is Andrew Cole. The arms go up, the ball ends up in the back of the net, but the flag eventually followed. And that's a familiar expression as well. Doesn't matter that he's not playing for the first team in the Premier League these days. He still believes that he was onside, that he timed his run to perfection. I don't think it was quite the case. Fantastic goal scorer in the Premier League with Manchester United and with Newcastle, of course. He started his career as an Arsenal youngster. Also played at Blackburn and Fulham and Manchester City, of course, and finished his career at Nottingham Forest. Never played as many times as many felt he should for England, just 15 caps and just the one goal. But it's looked pretty sharp, has Andrew Cole here. Owen, Johnson, Manchester United still trailing, remember. Owen. Cole with a touch, and Sharp can come forward. Away from Redondo. Good pace about this Manchester United attack all of a sudden. This is Teddy Sheringham. He's looking for Cole over on the left-hand side. He gets away from Fernando Sainz, who's come on at half-time. And this is Fortune. This is really good football. Sheringham with a header. It's deflected over by Roberto Carlos while Manchester United were rolling back the years. Really good incisive play. Cole involved, Fortune as well, and the header was goal-bound, you felt, from Teddy Sheringham before being diverted away. Here is Sheringham again. This time his touch not so good. And now Dion Dublin. Scored very early on in his Manchester United career, did Dublin, against Southampton in the Premier League, but broke his leg against Crystal Palace, and after a dream move from Cambridge, it all went wrong for him. Eric Cantona came on the scene at Manchester United. He was surplus to requirements, but certainly made a really good career for himself at Coventry and Aston Villa. Of course, an England international as well, rather controversially left out of the '98 World Cup squad. And there's Fernando Sainz, who's 38. He only made 35 appearances for Real. He came through the youth academy, really known as a Malaga player. This is Roberto Carlos, and now it's Amavisca, and still Amavisca. Can he finish? Wants to lay it off, and the powerful shot from Figo is well saved by Van der Sar. And he's been upped in this second half. It's really good quality. Aguirre's touch. Redondo away from one challenge. Zidane's touch. Redondo once again. This is Figo. 1- and 2-touch football from Madrid. Alfonso up against Irwin. Still Alfonso. Retired some 7 years ago, but he does really well. Looks for Santillana, who jumps with Lee Martin. Santillana ends up on the deck. The 59-year-old jumps with Lee Martin. Just about on his feet now. Manchester United coming forward with Blomqvist. Sheringham to his right. There is York. Fortune left. Cole through the centre. Johnson coming up from the back. 2-1, and after 3 goals in nearly 4 minutes or so in the first half, I thought it might be 5-5 at half-time. It wasn't. Both defenses have tightened up a little bit, but the quality has been terrific. This is Blomqvist again, challenged by Sainz. Brother-in-law of another former Real Madrid player, Michel Salgado. This is Blomqvist. It's awkward, and this is Sheringham. Cole. Sheringham might get a second chance. It was an awkward volley. Didn't really come down for him both occasions. This is the shot from Figo that was turned away. Neat layoff from Amavisca. There is Roberto Carlos. Clayton Blackmore is on for Lee Sharp, incidentally. Welsh international in his day. Ooh, flag has stayed down. This is Figo with an opportunity. Surely he won't miss this one. Van der Hau's only just been on, and that's a terrific stop. And then Irwin clears up at the back. It's all on a third goal for Real Madrid. That's a really good start from Van der Hau. And it's heading for the lowest scoring Horizon Classic so far. 11 last year, 7 in the inaugural running in 2010. Usually goals when these two sides meet. And some fantastic games at Old Trafford in the Champions League. Here's York looking to run at Redondo, brought down inside the penalty area, and that's a spot kick for Manchester United. Now, Carlos Velasco Carballo didn't hesitate there. He wants to take it. Dwight York is saying to Teddy Sheringham, you can if you want. Sure, he'd rather take it himself. Both penalty takers in their day at Manchester United. Oh, how much contact was there, Redondo? Not quite sure there was any. This is a better angle. I'm not so sure. Maybe just that's tight. Sheringham's going to take responsibility to level things up for Manchester United here. Saved by the keeper. The follow-up is saved again, and it's wide. Pedro Contreras denies Sheringham. Maybe justice there. Guessed the right way. popped it up for Sheringham to have another go, but he was brave, and then the third attempt just hooked over the bar. On that occasion, the poker face no good. This is Zidane. He'll go towards the far post, cleared away by Martin. Roberto Carlos. Shot always going wide from Amavisca. Well, we've seen Van der Haar make a terrific save, having been on about 2 minutes from Figo in a one-on-one from just outside the 6-yard box. And at the other end, the third substitute keeper for Real, Pedro Contreras, denying Teddy Sheringham from the spot after Redondo had brought down Dwight York. I don't think there was too much contact. I think justice has been done. Here is Figo, gets to the byline, whips over the cross. It's over the head of Perez. Roberto Carlos. Redondo. And still going, and it's opened up for Redondo, who scores. Great balance, terrific touch, and a confident finish. And Real Madrid lead by 3 goals to 1. Such a shame, really, that we didn't see Redondo more in his professional career. The injury suffered in training for Milan in 2002. He barely played for them, really. This for skill. Drifted away from one challenge, cut back. Great balance outside of the left boot. Van der Haar on this occasion, no chance. Zidane. Van der Haar races outside of his penalty area. The flag was up anyway. Cole. Sheringham wants it, and Sheringham is onside here. Can he finish this time? He can. Well, he's missed the penalty, but Teddy Sheringham has made the last 11 minutes certainly more interesting from a Manchester United point of view. Sort of finish we saw so many times in his Manchester United career. He spent 4 years at Old Trafford. Sheringham, 31 goals in the Premier League, 2 spells with Spurs where he was more prolific, certainly. Didn't win anything like the amount of silverware that he did at Manchester United. Part of that treble-winning side in 1999, played in the FA Cup final and scored, of course, that year. England international, starred in the European Championships held on home turf in England. 96. Cortez for Zidane. Looks like he's going to play the full 90, and why not? Always terrific to see him play. Karanka. He's one of the assistant coaches for the first team these days. Former Athletic Bilbao player, but Real Madrid performer in the late 90s, early 2000s. Part of a couple of Champions League successful squads. It's a low ball in. It's Alfonso that couldn't get there, and then the shot from Cortez is wide. If that had been Roberto Carlos, if he was still on, it might have been different. But Rafael Garcia Cortez, who only scored 5 times in La Liga, looks like it could well be a hasty exit for Roberto Carlos. Handshakes all round before heading to the dressing room, and maybe away. See, Cortez finds Amavisca. He runs into Clayton Blackmore. No real room for manoeuvre as Manchester United do well to just find a little bit of space here. This is Cole, who darts one way and then the other to fool Amaviska momentarily. York has it now. Robson wants it. I don't think Brian Robson's had a touch since he's come on. This is Sheringham. Scored one, missed the penalty, finds Mickey Thomas in acres of space. He could always deliver a ball, Mickey Thomas. Let's see now, was that an attempt at glory or was it a miscue? Certainly looks that way. Blackmore's after Zidane. Zidane turns off the afterburners and gets away from Blackmore and Robson. Neither can go with Zidane. Van der Houw, though. Here is Robson. Now it's with Fortune. Cole, York, 8 minutes remaining. Thomas. Short towards Robson. Comfortably taken, pounced on by Perez, who can come menacingly forward for Real Madrid. The sliding challenge is mistimed by Clayton Blackmore. Zidane. From distance, the Real Madrid supporters are urging him to score. They'd love to see him net just once more at the Bernabeu. One final change by the looks of things here in Zidane to a standing ovation. That shot, his last contribution to the match. He starred once again, though, here. He's been brilliant in midfield. Julio Llorente is coming on. Julio Llorente Gento, to give him his full name. Nephew of the legendary Francisco Gento, who played for Real Madrid way back when. Llorente is on. Retired back in 1998. But over 100 appearances for Real Madrid, and he'll get the final 6 minutes or so. Sheringham. Thomas lets it run. There's no one coming up on the left wing, though, for a change. Blomqvist went off for Robson. Touch for Llorente. It is Rojas. Helguera. Amaviska on this near side. Garcia Cortez coming forward. Perez gets the touch. Manchester United defenders backpedaling. Just over 5 minutes remaining here. Amaviska once more. It's been useful on the left-hand side. 40-year-old. Oh, Brian Robson intercepts. And Cole could be away. And Sheringham is to his left. He's urging York to get forward. Played through towards Sheringham. The flag goes up. That was very, very tight. And Teddy Sheringham is not happy at all. He's claiming that it should not have gone up. You could see he was bending his run. I think that's a good decision by the official. Well, there was once a rumour that Sheringham and Cole never got on too much when they played at Manchester United for one reason or another. But great to see them playing tandem here. They've got many things right tonight. That occasion, the telepathy, the radar was just off. Garcia Cortez. Amaviska. 3-2 Real Madrid lead. Alfonso looks for Amaviska again, and he's still going here. Surely there's a fourth for Real Madrid. Perez can't turn it in. He's got another chance. It's cleared. He's got a further chance here, Ivan Perez, and this time it goes over. Manchester United players throwing themselves in the line of fire to deny Real Madrid, and Perez in particular. It's as if it's the final 5 minutes of a true Champions League final, not of a charity fixture. It's been keenly contested. That's Dwight York doing some complaining. Don't tell these players that this is not meaningless, because it is. Robson, well, he was known as a strong player in his day, and someone who'd love to slide in with plenty of heart. He never ducked a challenge, Brian Robson, in his day. Such a shame he missed out on World Cup campaigns, although he did play early games in '86 and '90. He was injured in both finals. Still managed to play 90 times for his country, 26 goals as well. And even though it was towards the latter end of his career, picked up a couple of Premier League titles before going on to player-manage Middlesbrough initially. Just like Rafael Garcia-Cortez might fancy his chances from this sort of range. It strikes Robson. 54-year-old into a 55-year-old. York, Irwin. York again, looking to hold off Garcia-Cortez, who just gives York a bit of a shove. We're into the 90th minute. Our referee, Carlos Velasco-Cabal, looks at his watch. Here's the one final chance for Manchester United to grab an equaliser. And a hugely enjoyable Corazon Classic of 2012. Here is Blackmore. Now it's with Cole. Blackmore again, plenty of movement ahead of him. This is York. Robson inside the penalty area. 4 in red waiting for the cross here. One of them's Blackmore. Strikes a defender and out for a corner. Is there time to take it? Just about. Real Madrid players are chasing back here. They're hanging on to a certain extent. Surely, Fortune is just got to get this one inside the 6-yard box. He won't move away, Garcia-Cortez. Sheringham smarting from that penalty miss, runs towards the near post. It's gone towards the far post. Contreras will punch away, and the referee has seen enough. Real Madrid have won the 3rd edition of the Corazon Classic here. A hugely enjoyable charity match. A fantastic cause, the Real Madrid Foundation. Madrid went ahead through Morientes on 8 minutes before Sharp struck back for Manchester United. Figo then scored just 2 minutes later. Manchester United had the opportunity from the spot. Sheringham saw his effort saved by Contreras. Redondo went up the other end and made it 3-1 before Sheringham did eventually score for Manchester United, but it wasn't enough, and Real Madrid have completed this edition of the Corazon Classic by winning it by 3 goals to do. A fantastic occasion, some terrific football, really high quality, and fabulously attended as well by those at the Santiago Bernabeu. But it's Real Madrid who win by 3 goals to